You mentioned the Wobblies at the beginning. And I love that you even mentioned like nobody knows why they were called the Wobblies. Um, but then you go on to talk about Woodrow Wilson and the incredible tension in his presidency between this man who is in many ways seen as an icon for progressivism and is thoroughly entrenched in some of the worst attitudes and the most shameful things that we look back in our American history.
Yeah, I like to find people at the political extremes. Woodrow Wilson was president during that period. This book roughly spans his second term in office. The Wobblies, the Industrial Workers of the World, was the country's most militant labor union and the most colorful. They had the best music. They had wonderful songs. They designed the best posters. And they had a very sort of open-hearted approach to labor union organizing where everybody was welcome, men and women, black and white, immigrant and native-born. And that was not true of most other labor unions. Were they effective as a union? Not wildly, but they were greatly feared by the government. And in part of the political repression that characterized this period, they were essentially crushed by the United States government in the fall of 1917, in this time of hysteria, kicked off by American entry into World War I in April of 1917, and heightened by, in later months, by the hysteria over the Russian Revolution and a fear that it might spread to the United States. The Wobblies were one of the chief victims. Hundreds of thousands of them were rounded up and put on trial in several mass trials, more than 100 in Chicago, which in a trial that was and remains the largest civilian criminal trial in American history. By the time the trial ended after 4 months, there were only about 98 of them still on trial. They were charged with 4 counts, which, multiply 4 times 98, and you have nearly 400 separate verdicts that the jury supposedly has to render. The jury deliberated for less than an hour and found everybody guilty on all counts. And the judge passed out a total of 807 years in prison time.